press record. Okay, guys, so name's Nathan Ellington, Platinum 2000 member at iMarkets Live. I just wanted to go through marking up some charts and letting people see, asking questions, what chart should we mark up live, what back testing should we do. I've just got an hour now, so from 7 till 8, just wanted to go through what I've learned. I've not learned that much. I've gone through Academy Basics 1 to 4. I've gone through technical analysis. I have actually gone through intermediate and some advanced stuff as well. But the reality is I've just gone through pretty much what everyone else has. The IML TV from Adeze Duncan. You know, I watch her on a regular basis, her videos, because she covers the basics quite a lot, and I want to just get really good at the basics before I move on to intermediate properly. And Christopher Derrick, he's also someone who covers some basics as well and helps us with, you know, being able to mark up the charts and put our own trades on. So with that being said, I'm going to just, you can see the screen now. We've got AUD USD. Is there any pairs that anyone wants me to look at first and foremost, or you want to do some back testing first and then look at live trades later, or the other way around? I don't mind. Just if you put in the chat box, whatever you want to write in the chat box, and I'll obviously get to it. Or if you want to unmute yourself and ask anything, I'm here to get started with that. So I'll wait for the first question or the first direction that they want me to go, and we'll see. So obviously we've got 4 in the group at the moment. We'll get a few more as it goes on. But is there anything that anyone's looking at the moment, want me to analyze? You just put in the chat. Just put it in here where I put it in the chat there, or you can unmute yourself. So let's have a look at a pair. If there isn't, what I'll do, if there isn't any messages, what I'll just do is I will go look at the AUD USD, for example. Okay, we've got a question. Okay, follow the lead. Okay, Josh. All right, cool, no problem. So for example, this is the AUD USD at the moment as it stands. So for example, let's say we can take a look at this on the daily time frame. That's the first and foremost. You can see that the market since January has been on a downtrend. Okay, let's just like stretch that out a bit so we can see what's going on. So on the daily, it's been going down. Okay, so what you want to do is throw in your trend line, just so you know that the market's been going like that. Touch there, it's not there. Right. Let's see if you threw it in there. Should actually touch it from the body up onto the body. Okay. So let's say that's my trend line because I took it from the top of the body there, right there, and I've touched the body there, and it's just coming down here. So what's the chances what the market will do? Come back up here and touch and then go down. Because on obviously when you look at it like this, you can see on the daily time frame from the bigger perspective, you can see the market comes down, comes back up and touches this line, comes back down, touches the line, comes back down, possibly touches the line. Okay, so that's the way I would look at it. But then you want to look at it over here as well and say, okay, what's it done? It's gone to here. It's a major support level down here, as the market stopped quite a few times on here. And maybe if I wanted to draw in another line, maybe around here, I would say that's possibly another line. Or is it up here? Say it's there actually. Why did I put it up here rather than down there? Is because these wicks came out to the edge here, and also this here, the market touched down here and back up. You can see the market's touched down here as well quite a few times, there as well, and it's come down and touched there, broken through. So it's come as touched it as a ceiling, and it's also touched it as a floor. So that's why I've moved it into that area there. And then I can put my zone like this. How big is that area? 7, 3, 7, 7, 3, 4. What's the other area? 4, 7. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, that's about that. Then I just want to draw in my rectangle. These are just my my zones. Let's just make sure I throw it in. And then if I click on the settings, I can make it go across more days, 1,000 days, and go back 1,000, over 1,000, and plus 1,000. It just means the line goes all the way through. So now that's on the downtrend on the daily. So now I would take it to the 4 hours. I'll say, okay, so now I know it's on the downtrend. Long term, I never want to be doing any long-term buys here. So I could do a short-term buy so it touches this area. And at the moment, to be honest, that's an AUD USD buy to me right now. I would buy up to here. The way it looks right this second. Let me just make it a bit bigger so you can see it nicely. I've zoomed right in. Definitely looks to me as if it's already on its way. I wonder if the risk to reward ratio is pretty good. So I'm going to do a long position here. I'm going to start it here now, where I would have wanted to be honest, in an ideal world, I would have come from this first, where the engulfing candles come out. An engulfing candle just means a candle which the body is way bigger than the previous, that pushes out of a zone. So this is a zone here. The market pushes out from here. It usually goes and touches the next ceiling. If it pushes out from down here, for example, it goes and touches the floor. And it pushes out from here, you want to get in there. And it pushes and touches the ceiling. And then we're going to talk about when it comes through to another area, it has to come back and touch down as a floor. If it does that, it did do that, and it's come up, that would have been a false one. We would have got done on that. But the fact is, we know it's on a downtrend, so we really want to be getting in on sells only. But since it's on its way and you know it should possibly get back up here and touch the trend line, I'm looking at this and saying there's a very high chance that this is going to go up and touch here. So let's check what the amount of pips I'm risking. So from underneath this wick, I look at this wick right here. That's the last wick that I've seen. So I'll go 5 pips below that wick. Let's see, 53. Let's actually go a few more. 56, about 56 will do. So it's a 1.12. So you're going to make 1.1%. 1.1 times your money. I don't think that's really worth it, but I think there's a high chance that that's going to go up. So you could take your chances and say, you know what, I'm just going to get in. I'm just going to get in with a smaller stop loss. And to be honest, you don't want to have a smaller stop loss. What you want to do, if you want to risk it, you can risk it, okay? But the risk to reward ratio isn't 1.5, which we say should be the minimum. Because here's the thing, if you got in here and your stop loss was here, for example, 40 pips, now you're going for here, it would have been easily worth it. Something else that I learned from Christopher Derrick is the market has gone up here, come back down, touch the floor. Here's another area here, which I could draw on a little minor support level. Here's another minor support level because it came up here and touched there as well. I go back, I can see, look, there is where another level is within here. And I would possibly say here is where another level is within here. So within these two areas, I would say what happens is it comes up to here usually, and then it stops, and then it breaks through, it'll come and touch there, and it'll come back and touch this floor before it carries on up. So what it's done is come here, it's break back down, it's come through here, it's stopped on the line, and now it's looking to go up. So we could actually wait. Well, this might have been the time where it's touched this area. To be honest, you could get in here and there's a good chance that's going to go up. You could catch a nice amount of pips here anyway. This isn't part of the rules, but I would say there's 66 pips to catch here. So let's just take it to, you know what? I think, yeah. So if you can say, let's go down a bit, say, let's try and catch 60 pips from this. If that trade goes up a bit, what I would do is I would just move my stop loss up. Soon as it happens, soon as it goes like 10 pips up, just move my stop loss to break even. If it comes back down, it comes back down. I can get back in. But reality is, if you want to get in on that trade, you can. On the other hand, if you want to be ultra safe, what you can do is set a sell limit here. At this point here, I would say set a sell limit look here and say it's probably not going to go past this line because it's the major trend line on the downtrend. Also, what you want to do is you want to put your stop loss 5 pips above this area. Why? Because that's the previous high that it went to here. So you've got 40. Let's go to 45, for example. And then I'm aiming for down to this floor. Okay, so you're looking at 45 pips stop loss and at least 100 pips on your first target. Now remember, when it touches here, the chances are it's going to continue down even further. So you could have, what we could do is use the fib in a minute, but on the bigger time frame here, so we could even use, that's going up and go and touch and come back down. So yeah, if that touches here, it's on another long-term downtrend, because as you can see, look, if you go back to the daily, take a look what's happened. Let's make this a bit thinner again. What happens when it touches the major high? It's come right down here. How many pips did it go? You know, from since it touches here, it goes right down and makes about 300 pips. Okay. Then what you've got is here, when it touched there, what's the lowest it went to? 270 pips. From the time it touched here, what's the low it's gone to? 344 pips. So what we're looking at is that to go and touch here and possibly come down to at least here. So how many pips is it even to here? You'll probably catch another low than that, because think about it. If we were looking at this on this time scale, if I was to draw my highs and lows, my high is there, isn't it? Okay. Where's my low? This is on a daily. So we're looking at this as a major, you know, it takes longer to hit. So you're looking at there. And imagine that, let's say we drew an imaginary high here. That's actually possibly about a 50% line. I wouldn't say it would come up and touch here, but it could do. But look, here's your lows and there's your highs. That's what I draw. You always draw in your lows and highs, whatever time frame you're looking at. If you wanted to do long-term trade, this is how you do long-term. You go on the daily and you look at that. So look, what's it creating? It's creating lower lows and lower highs the whole time. Okay, this is what we want to identify. This, and this is where it started. Okay, so look, that's the high, that's the low, that's the lower high. Well, you can say that's the lower high. You can throw that in as well. And then that's the lower low. That's the lower high. That's the lower low. Lower high, lower low, lower high. Should create a lower low. If it doesn't, you're expecting it to start going upwards again. So if it breaks this line, then there's indecision. And we're thinking, okay, the market might be on its way up now. But the only way to know that is if, let's say, for example, it came and stopped here, that's not a lower low. If it came and stopped underneath this support line, you know it's continuation downtrend, okay? But the way this looks right now, I believe this is going to go up, touch, and come down and come to here at least. If it comes to here and stops, then we're thinking a turnaround. If it carries on, then we're thinking, okay, where's the 61.8 on this? So let's see if we can find if any of this was a 61.8. I would say that's about a 50%. I would say that's definitely a 61.8 here. This down to here and up to here. If I was to throw that in here, 61.8. Just for some of you who don't know, if you don't know, basically the market on its way up or down, it makes a long move, then it retraces from its last high 61.8% backwards, then goes back. Sometimes it does do a 50%, sometimes it does do 786, 78.6, or even more retracement. Sometimes it goes 100% back. If it goes 100% back, that means now there's a jewel, because the way it works is on its way down, for example, if there's a market, it's going down. This is what I learned from Adeze Duncan. If the market's going down and it retraces 100% back, and then it's there, it's reached 100% retracement, then it's no longer, there's this indecision. You don't know whether it's a seller's market anymore or whether it's a buyer's market. You don't want to trade at this point. You want to wait and see whether it pushes up and becomes a buyer's market or it pushes down and remains the seller's market. That's what we want to know here. Okay, so let's, can everybody hear me well? Yeah, I'm hopefully you can. If I throw in now the fib from here to here, take a look, 61.8, look where it came. Obviously it hit up to here, 786 with a wick, but the majority of it was 61.8. And then we were looking to get out here. Look, this the minus 618, and look, you would have obviously, because it was so close to the floor here, you would have said, okay, let me put my stop loss here. And that's exactly what happened. Now, again, you've got here, it went down to here. Oh, it might have gone down to here and gone up to there. You could have used that as 100% retracement. But then the market's going back up and you're thinking, okay, is it going to touch my trend line? When it touches my trend line, I'm getting in on a sell. But how would you know how far to sell to? It just must be a lower low than this one. It has created a lower low. You could have left it an open trade with no risk. The minute it touches one of these floors and comes back up, you could have taken profit anywhere at the floors. So for me, I actually want to get in on this trade. I think there's two trade possibilities here. You can buy up to it touches there, and up to it touches the next ceiling, or you could just put a sell limit on here. So I'm going to go with both. I'm just going to go with a low risk one on the way up because I don't like trading against the trend. And then I want my normal 2% trade on the way down. So let's say, for example, AUD USD, I'm going to buy now, and I'm going to set my take profit. Let me see, AUD USD buy now. AUD USD. All right, so it's retracing at the minute. It's on its way down at the minute. So let me wait. Coming down. That actually will come down. Let's get tighter in on this and take a look at what's really going on. Let me show you. I'm going to the 15-minute time frame. I'm going to take a look at what's really going on. Right. So this is the market. It's still on its way down, okay? So it might come down to about this level before it starts rising. So let's put that in there, okay? Why? Because it's done that before here. So this was the last high within the area. And what did it do? It came up, touched, came down, broke through. It's going to come back down and touch. This is my area. I will not buy now. What I'll do is I'll set a buy limit here at 7572. So buy limit 7572. And let me take a look at this on a 30-minute time frame. Let me take a look and see if it's any. Yep, that's pretty much an area where I would say it's going to come up to come back down to touch and then make its way back up to where we want it to go, which is about 60 pips. It'll probably be a bit more now. And let me see how many pips we're looking for. From there, from when it goes, that's not a buy. From here, it's going to touch this floor. And let's go up to this ceiling here. How much is that? 68 pips. So about 70 pips I'm looking to catch here. I'm looking to catch 70 pips. That's going to come down and touch. And it's going to activate my trade at 0.7572. Definitely going to go there. It might even go down to this one. But I don't mind getting in here with a stop loss just underneath this one. Okay. So my stop loss is going to be underneath here, about 15 pips. So 7558. I'm going to go 7558. 7558. Take profit is 7643. 643. So my demo account, by the way, I've just done that on my demo. I've got. Have I done the right thing? Where's that AUD USD at? Oh, it's a buy limit, yeah. So there it is. I thought it was activated. Silly. Right. So that's in. I'll do it on my reel. I'll do a little, I don't know, 10p pip trade there. See what we can do there. See what's going on. That. 1 second, guys. Right. So let's take a look at this then. AUD USD buy limit at 7.2. Is anybody else doing it? Anybody else throwing this on a demo? You can do it and have a little try. 7.2. What was the stop loss? Was 5.58. Get that in. 7.558. Take profit is 7.643. 7.643. Buy limit. And then what I'll do is I'll also have a sell limit once it hits 7.643, and expecting that to go down. So let's go back to the hourly. Any questions? What's the question? Done on a demo. Good. Perfect. You've got it on your demo. Good stuff. Just see if it works, you know. You try things out on your demo, see what happens, and, you know, take it from there. So that's our other trade, which is a sell limit, which is, let's get the coordinates. There we are. We've got 45 pips stop loss. Let's go with 210 pips, take profit. This is our sell limit. Another sell limit. So 40 pips sold. Let's go with that. Okay, so the stop loss is 76859. 76859. So limit. We'll just throw this in. The entry price is 76409. 76409. That's 7640. Make it easy. Let's make it nice. There's no point making it. Yeah, 75. 76400. 76400. 76. What's that? 76850. Let's make it 76850. There we are. Round off the numbers a little bit. 74300. Let's leave it at 74300. There we are. 4300. That's my sell limit on the AUD USD, guys. All right, so what we've got here. And then the same trading method here. So marking a significant resistance and support level, and then putting the fib with the same fib levels as you. Good. I'm struggling to see which markets to go after. How do you decide that? Okay. So basically, if a market is uptrending or downtrending, that's where you go. Okay. And within this, you can see that I'm on the hourly now. You could even throw in a trend line from here and go up here. You can see it with your naked eye pretty much touching these areas here. All right, that just went underneath a bit, yeah, but most of them are hitting. So you've also got a line there. You could possibly also throw in a line there. I wonder if you can do that. Let's see. Throw that in, it's touching there. So usually it comes into a convergence. It might move, and then go up and touch here. And then basically it's going to break out of one or two areas. I think that's going to break downwards. And it's going to come up to there and break downwards. So it's currently on a bit of an uptrend, back retracement on the, if you look at it on the bigger scale, it's on the retracement. So that's that pair there. Can anyone write in a pair that, any other pair? Just give me a pair and I'll have a think about what I can do. You get what I mean? Is there any pairs? USD JPY. Okay, let's look at the USD JPY. Looking at that now. Okay. Okay, so that was my older trade. You see, I've got a trend line here on the uptrend, but I wonder if I drew that on the daily. You see, look, so the market on the daily has been going up, but it broke the trend line, didn't it? You look at that. Just delete all this stuff, delete everything off for now. So if you look at this, the market has been going up, right? If I were to draw a trend line here, before that happened, for example, the market was on the uptrend. So it was just touching, but it's crossed over. It's on a downtrend now. It's on its way down. Okay, so now I'll go back to the 4 hourly and I'm looking, it's crossed the line. Okay, now I'm just going to draw my new line. Okay, my new line is now from the top. Yeah, you can start from here or something. I don't know. Throw it in. Pull it across. You can draw it from anywhere, to be honest. This is a bit of a steep one, but I'll just start with that and then move it out as it happens. And it will start forming a proper line anyway. It might even be like here. So let's say it even started from up here. And let's say it was even like that. It might actually start, you know, respecting that line. But for now, as it looks, this is the 4 hourly. Okay, so I'm looking at this and I'm saying, okay, let's draw in our line. Okay, let's draw in our circles of the last lows, last highs. That was a low. Then obviously this was the last high. But you see, this is basically, it's going up, didn't really make much of a retracement. It kind of, you could throw it in there if you want to. So let's say you threw one in there as a low, and then this was the high. Okay, so this is a low. You can throw it in and as a high as well here, for example. So that was the low, that's a high, that's a higher low, the higher high. Now, come down, it's gone past this low. It's gone past the second low. It's a seller's market for sure. It's come down, come to there, and come up. So maybe we can draw our circle as this low, the body, and we'll draw our circle as this high. Okay. I would have obviously drawn it to see if there was a 61.8 from here down to here, and expected it to come back up to here before it dropped down, but it's carried on. So possibly looking at that not even being a high, that's possibly not even being a low. Right now, it looks like it's possibly created a low. Okay, there. So now I've got the high, I got the low. Okay, it's on the way down, but it's created a high. If that starts pushing up, that's definitely the low. But maybe we can draw in a few support and resistance here now. So is that there going to be my first support resistance? Let's start moving now. Is it about there? I'd say it's about there. And I could draw a zone from there to, let's throw a line in there. You see, that's what I'd do. It's on the 4 hourly, so you can throw these in if you want to follow them like that. Let's just say that's the zone, and there's a zone here, right? You can see with your naked eye, the markets come up to here, come down to here, and come back up to here. So this is the area right here. I draw another line. Draw another line there. So you know what? That's my zone. That's my other zone. Just to read, to check, 1992, 1098. It's about right. It's about right, I'd say. And then you got another zone. What else would you draw as a zone here? Would it be there? 110.3. I'd say it's about there. Let's see if that is true. Okay, so it possibly is about the same there. Zone there. Let's see if that's about right. Kind of a bit. See where them lows are, you see where that circle is? That's basically where, that's when you draw your ups and downs, your circles, they're usually your floors and ceilings. So it won't be that one, that's for sure. Let's delete that. Yeah, it won't be that. You can just delete that out. It doesn't matter. I can throw my next one up here. I'm quite sure that'll be it. Yep, you can see it's respected there many times. Come from underneath, it's touched, come down, touched. So you can see that's definitely a floor. Also done it there many times before. So you can say I've now drawn in my support and resistance for that. Okay. And by the way, like I said, I'm only on the basics, learnt the basics. Okay, so if I click on this box, now make that longer. 1,000 days backwards, 1,000 days forwards. So you got to do minus 1,000 days, plus 1,000 days on that one as well. I think it's days. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it is. I don't know. But you know, it seems to work. Okay, so now we have the floor, we have the ceiling. What's it gonna do? Come down, broken through everything, come up a bit, come down, and then like spiked a bit and come back to here. Okay, so it's on a downtrend, that's for sure. But is it going to retrace somewhere back up here? Remember, we drew this line in. This could be a line where it might start respecting, but we don't know yet. But it looks like it might be. It might even be. What that line? Can I get that line? I'll just move that out of the way. And let's just say, if we put that line in there, it might actually start respecting that. Let's say, let's put it down until it touches the wicks or the body. We could use the body. Right. So I could just say that that might actually be something that it comes up to and touches and carries on down. So let's take a look and see where the 61.8 is, just to see. So I'll put my line there, drop down to this line here. That's where it's come to. You see this line here? It might come back and touch here because it just broke through, didn't actually come back and touch. So to be honest, you don't know what it's going to do from here. You wouldn't do any trade right now, but you do know it's a seller's market. So number one, I could set a sell limit from this area here, the stop loss of, I don't know, it's going to have to be somewhere, let's say even 74 pips. Let's see if we can catch something lower than that one. So it's going to create a lower low than that, isn't it? So we can go down to the next zone, which is here. Is it there? That's a bit lower than there. There. That's the next low here. Wick to body. Pretty much body there. A bit of wick there. I would say that's possibly an area. Let's take a look and see. Yes, it is perfect. Perfect. Yeah, perfect. Right in the area that we was expecting. So that's the next low. I would say definitely we've got online there. You guys following this easily? Is it too much? Is it easy enough? Just want to make sure you guys are getting, you know, some value out of it as well. I could actually say, you know what? So if it actually stops and turns around there, we don't need much of it. If we've got it wrong, we've got it wrong. It has to actually stop there. So to be honest, you can have your stop loss just at a natural, the normal 30 pips. Let's say it's 30 pips stop loss, and you're looking to make 188 pips here, so 190 pips. Let's go with 190 pips. I just like to round them off to make it easy. Entry points at like 550, you know, for example, this would be a sell limit. 550, go here, 30 pips, 190, easy. Round it all off, make it an easy USD JPY sell limit, number one, if it carries on up. And here's the other thing. So you've got, that's a sell limit there if you want that. But if you want to get in, like earlier, my bias is short on USD. Yeah, so it is a sell. It is the seller's market right now. Why? Because it's broken past this last low. Okay, that was also a low. So it came past there and past there. So it passed the previous two lows and created a new low. So now it's got to create a lower high than this one. Okay, so when that's, if that carries on down, then that isn't the point to do a fib from. But if this is the area where it stopped and it starts going back up, expect it to at least hit here, but then I'd expect it to come back up here before it comes down. But it might not. You might miss the trade by waiting and hoping it comes down from here. So if you see a push out from here, let's say on an hourly time frame, let's actually look at it on the hourly. So you've seen that happen. Okay, so our zone. Okay, so see, that isn't the floor then, is it? Look, I've drawn it in the wrong place. So the floor is actually down there. We can move this floor lower. Okay, let's move this floor lower. That's the floor. Okay, so now on the hourly, you can see this is a high. That's a low. That's a high. that's a low. So maybe we can actually come a bit lower down. And now this line isn't touching there as well on the other time frame. So can we look at this? Can have a tighter look. If you're looking over the shorter term, not over like now and next week, if you're looking over right now, we're looking at, okay, that's pushed up. That's an engulfing candle. It's gone through the zone and it's here now. So to be fair, you can wait, or if that looks like it's possibly, if it pushes up again at the end of the hour, for example, at 8 o'clock, you see this is pushed up, it's going to go and touch here for sure. And then you want to see what it's going to do. Is it going to turn around? And then you're looking to get on a sell. So you can short term, very short term, look at this and say, if it pushes up, I'm going to this zone here. So let's see. If the market goes above this area here, let's say 40, can we get in on a profitable trade to at least here? The stop loss under there. No, it's like a 1-to-1. It's going to be like a 1-to-1. It's not great. But again, the market could come back up to here before it drops. That's 100 pips before it drops. Now, what's the news saying? 2 a.m. What's going to happen with the news? Forecast is exactly the same with this. It's not even high volatility anyways. There's no high volatility news. So it's going to really, what's going to happen mostly is what the market, what we look at, the technical side of things. The market tends to follow the technicals when there's not really much news affecting it. And then you've got crazy unemployment rate. So that one there is going to make a difference, but that'll be later down the line. USD news just came out, and that means the USD was weak. So the USD went weak, and now it's retracing. To be honest, I'm not looking for it to go up that far. I would get on a trade to just here if it pushes up. You can set a sell, a buy stop, but to be honest, the most, I would say the least risky way would be to set to see where the fib is from this high to this low. Maybe it will even just come up to only here. It might even just come up to only here. This height. Turn and carry on down. So you put your stop loss here at this floor and aim for down here to 2.39. So yeah, there you go. You've got a trade here where on the short term, if that comes up to here and touches, and you see it turn around, if it has a wick that touches here, I would say within the next hour, you know, like 8, 9 o'clock, come back and look at this. Set an alarm. So what I do here is I set an alarm to alert me to see what happens. If I see that touch there and didn't go on, I'm going to just put a sell on. So I've set my alarm, USD/JPY alarm. I'll just put here check for reversal and sell. No. So that's me. I'll check if it breaks through and carries on up, then I'm waiting for it to go here. So obviously then I would set another alarm for here. You get what I mean? So you don't want to just put trades on and just hope it goes up. That's when you can just easily just lose a bit of your money. There's no point. So just know it's on a downtrend. You really want to be selling. So your areas that you're focusing on should be these areas. You're looking to try and catch this area here. You're looking to try and catch this area here. Obviously, when you can see it, it looks easy. But when you think about it, let's say this was the high, this was the low. Let's come back and touch the ceiling. So that's basically my analysis. I don't really have much more. Like I said, I'm not like a really experienced trader. But what I would say is on a downtrend, it's a sell. Okay, that's the 61.8 we're looking at it coming back to. That's an area where it kind of touched it as a floor before. a minor support level, a minor resistance level. So it's going to come, touch here, and break on down. That's a nice one for me. I'll wait for that. I think I'm going to get in on that anyway. I'm going to put that on. So that's another USD JPY sell limit. And there we are. USD JPY sell limit. Let's get that one. Is there any other trades while I'm putting this on? Anyone can write in USD JPY sell limit. Sell limit at 1.0945. Just 109.45. 45. Stop loss is, let's go with 30 pips. Not 35 pips, sorry. 109.80. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, 109.80. And then take profit is, let's go with 85. 85 pips, 108.60. Demo it, guys. Demo it, 108.60. We've got 20 minutes left of this, so let's take a look at some more trades. Does anybody want me to look at anything else? Anyone got any questions that I might be able to help you with? That's the way I would look at this trade. Hopefully that's helped with that one. Let's do a little bit of back testing if there's no one wanted any trades to look at right now. Someone give me a pair. What have you got here? NZJPY. Okay. NZJPY. I'm going to delete whatever's there before it even comes up. I don't want to see it. NZJPY. I don't want to see anything. Right. Let's go to the daily and the larger time frame. Right. The market's been on a downtrend. Yeah, it's created lows and highs. Let's go in our trend line. Go in our trend line from here. Let's see what's going on. Maybe we can draw it like that. Maybe that was a fake out a few times. Maybe that was a fake out. So in a downtrend right now, it's still like ranging as well. It's a bit of a crazy one because that looks like it's on the floor. It's on the floor there. Let me take a look back in time. Is there anything I can see back in time? Where's the rest of? Hey, where's the market? What's going on here? I'd like to see the market, please. Right, that's 2017. Okay, so that's quite a long market anyway. Okay, so what's that? 75, 77. I'd say that's possibly. We're doing it on the daily. So go on to the 4 hourly time frame. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if we can see what's really going on. All right, let's make it a bit longer. Right, but there's a floor. What's been said here? No problem. Yeah, I'll be announcing it on everything. So you just no problem. Just watch out. And next week I'll probably be doing the same, 7 till 8. I think it's a better timing for everybody as well. And I also have the recording anyway, so you can get yourself on that at any time. So thanks for being with us, and I'll see you shortly. But the rest of you just not got long. Got 15 minutes left. So I'm just quickly going through this, seeing what we've got. So let's see. I draw my zone. I draw my zone in there. That's a big zone. That make that a bit tighter. Maybe that should be a bit lower, to be honest. Move that one down. Yeah, exactly. Right, so there are my zones. Let's get another zone because the market is in here, so there's no point having a zone and no zone underneath. You've got to see what's going on underneath. So if we can please, the market can show me what's going on underneath. There we are. There's the market. Huh? Okay, there's the market from underneath. So let's take a look at where. That's a weird one, isn't it? Let's see. So that's 75. Let's go for a 74 somewhere. To be honest, that's a crazy looking market. That. Is that one? I'd say about there. Must be there. Something like that. Yeah. I'd give that the area. That looks like more like it to me. See if we can get that looking nicer. Let down a bit. About there. Yeah, I'd say pretty much that's a floor. And that's the area there. Okay, so we got our areas from where it is now. Let's go back to the front, to the beginning. And we know that's a downward trending market, but it's been like ranging as well at the same time. So up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, and it's hit that floor and it's not gone past. So that's the low, gone up, and it's created the same low. You see now, it's kind of a hard one, that one. But high, low, high, same low. Not created a lower low. So for me, you're waiting to see what's going to happen next. Okay, that's basically all down here to there. That's the area there. And then you've got this high here. And then you've now got this new low here. Same low. It's created the same low. So when you see something like that, it's not a continuation. It could possibly be, if it goes above here, if it retraces and comes above this high, I'm looking at a buyer's market. So we're waiting to see what happens now in the next few hours. I wouldn't do anything until I see the market either push up or push down and create a new low. If it pushes down, I'd sell to here. If it pushes up, I'm buying to here. So that's going to be the 61.8 here. For example, let's take a look. You go here, you throw this here. That line in and around that zone there is a 61.8 from this small. The 61.8 is here. So I definitely, if it pushes up, I'm buying to here. And if it pushes down, I'm going to sell to here. So as a seller's market as it is at the moment, you obviously you would get in on a sell from here down. Or if it just pushes down, you can get in with a sell straight away from there. But that's one of the areas. So Bass, if I was looking at this, to me it looks like that's going to happen. But to make it nice and clearer, it doesn't look too nice like that, does it? So let's throw that in. Throw another one in there. Quickly draw these in so you can see it nicer. Not so difficult to understand. So we've got a few trades. If anyone can write them in the group or whatever, I don't know. Or maybe I can actually I'll screenshot the few trades that we were going to put on. Put this last one on. There we are. So we've got these in here now. So there are zones, and the market is coming down. It's touch here, come back, touch here. But it's not really gone anywhere. No problem, Matt, no problems. So I wonder what everyone else has got on it, but definitely there's a duel going on right now to see whether it continues to be a seller's market or whether it pushes up. Actually, the duel wouldn't be here. The duel would be up here as it returns to here. Now, this is just a sign that it's not created a newer low. When it retraces, it usually creates a lower low. And right now, it hasn't done that. even on the 1 hour up here. You can, to be honest, on hourly, to be honest, let's see. We look at this on even this time frame. Let's see if we can find a more precision trade on the shorter time frame. So now we've got the high. Take a look here. So this is that's on the larger time frame. So, but let's see what might happen in the shorter time frame. If we use this fib, let's delete this fib, and let's go on this fib. Okay. The market can actually come back up to here and go down. It could. You're getting on a sell there. The stop loss just above there. Let's say 45 pips, and you're going for this floor. So you go past there and go to there. So if the market comes up to here, let's get it to tell me what's going to happen. If it comes up to here, it will alert me, let me know possible sell on the NZJPY. Okay, possible sell on reversal. There we are, possible sell on reversal. That one there. If it touches there, that's a 61.8. Is it going to come down? Does it turn around from there? Then we can draw a new circle. I'm going to draw a circle before it happens. Okay, let's see if we can get this circle. That's the aim of the game, to get in at these points here, isn't it? With zero drawdown, maximum profit. Zero drawdown, maximum profit. Zero drawdown, maximum profit. So that's what we're looking to do, and to hope we can catch these circles. Imagine drawing in the circle saying, okay, that's where I'll get in. That's what I do. So that's that market. We got one more. We got time for one more. Is there anything anyone else wants me to look at, or even any questions anyone's got? If you want to unmute yourself, you can ask a question, whatever. Up to you. GBP USD. I hate that pair. I hate that pair. I do not want to look at the GBP USD ever again. As I was hoping this is a new market for me. After listening to Adeze Duncan, she was talking about the GBP moving really fast, and it might not be for new people or newbies. But let me take a look and see what I think from my own perspective, not what everyone else is thinking or saying. So sometimes it throws you when you think something, and then someone else comes out and says something else about it, and you think, and you try your best to obviously do what they think and see what they think as well. But I don't like all these circles on my. How do I get these indicators off? I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Let me take these indicators. What are they called? Remove. It doesn't matter. For now, that is on the daily. It's been what? Trending upwards, but then it's broken the line. You can see here, it was trending upwards. Let's say from here, it was trending upwards for sure. But it definitely broke the line. It's become a seller's market. Okay, can draw the line there, but it's not really producing anything worth note. But let's now go to the 4 hourly. Definitely broken the uptrend. Definitely now on a downtrend. Okay. If I were to look at that, I throw my thing at the top, start it up here and drag it down till it touches. It's touched there. There's the line. Okay. So let's now go on the hourly, see what's going on. Let's just drag this up, make it look nicer, make it look easier to see. Right then. So we've now got this. Let's move this down. See if we can move that to a nicer line. Drag that back down. Right then. Okay, so it's touched there. That's a perfect area for the sell as it stands right now. Because that's the zone. That's the zone. right there. That's possibly another zone right there. Let's see if that's a zone. That zone? Yes, it is. That's a zone there. Okay. That's a zone there. That's a zone there. Okay. From where's the last zone from this side? Let's say about there. Right. We have our zones. We have our zones. Okay. There's one zone. Second zone. See if we can get this done quickly. This is the last one for the day. And then we got the third one. Let's just throw these in. See what's going on. Okay. So what do we have? We have high. We have low. And we have high. It's creating higher, it's lower highs and lower lows for sure, yeah? You can see that, okay? What am I doing? So what you can see here is possibly not even that being there. Let's do that up there. Okay, that's possibly that. So look, you've got even that there could be a low, another high, sorry. So on the hourly, you can use that as an area and say, okay, let's use the fib. Go from here to that low, 61.8. Right here, it went up as high as 78.6. That is on its way down to here. Okay, so short position right away from here. Stop loss in between, just above this last week. That's messed about here. So we've got 40 pips stop loss, and we've got 160 pips take profit. Sell right now. Getting in on that for sure. Let's see what's going on with the news. Nothing crazy late. Nothing crazy that's going to push it about. That's a sell for me. Definitely looks like a sell for me. I'm getting in now with a 40 pip stop loss. Okay. 40 pip stop loss. 850. 160 pips to make. Let's go with it. Let's go. Let's see what we can do. GBP USD. That's a sell now. 40 pip stop loss, which is 1.3425. 1.3425. Sell 1.3225. 1.3250. Sell. That's in. That's on. 100 pip stop. I'm going to throw that one on my. I'm actually going to put that one in my group. So that's a good one. Looks like a good one to me. It might not happen. You know, you remember, the markets never do every time what you think it's going to do. Even if you get all the technicals and everything, the market still does what it does. What we're looking at is more times than not making it happen. So there's the circle that we drawn. It's pretty much right near the circle. You want to get in now. It's a perfect time to get in now. It's on the trend line. Possibly won't go higher than that, much higher than where this is. Downtrending. Even let's take a look at add in the works, the Bollinger Band. Let's see if it's touched the Bollinger Band moving average and it's about to go down. Let's see, has it done that as well? The works, something I made up, my own template. Throw the Bollinger Band in. Let's see what happens. Can I please see the work? Bollinger, where are you? There you are. Bollingers are here. Let's see. Taking its time to load. Okay. So right now, it's actually just above the moving average. Perfect. It looks like it's perfect for an entry to get in, and it just drops. Yeah, I think that's perfect. Definitely a nice opportunity to get in there. What's the RSI saying? Sorry, relative index. Is it overbought? Yes, it is. It's up here. It's pretty high. It was pretty high. So should be on a sell. To me, that's a sell. GBP USD sell now at what's the price? 1.33855. 1.33855. Stop loss is 1.34250. 250, 40 pips. And then you've got take profit, which is 1.32250. 1.32250. And that's 160 pips, right? Is that right? Yep, 160 pips. So that's gone in my Forex group, Forex and Chill. GBP USD sell now. 40 pips stop loss, 160 pips. So that's 4-to-1 ratio. Let's hope it works. Let's hope it happens. You know, the least, that's all you can do. 2% on your trade. So whatever your account balance is, make sure 2% of your account fits into that 40 pips risk. And then whatever it is that you're going to make, you're going to make. So for example, you've got a £100 account. Let's see what it says you're going to make on this trade. £100 account with a 2% risk. 2% risk. You've got £7.98 you're going to make with a 2% risk. I don't know. It means you've got £2 you're risking there on 40 pence a pip. So 40 pips. So that's what 40 pips, £4. £2. So that's 10 pence a pip, I guess. Wait a minute. That would be £4, wouldn't it? There's actually 5 pence a pip, which you can't do. So let's go with 10p. 10p a pip, 40 pips. £4. £4 cash. What are you going to make? £15, and you're going to lose £4. If you want to say to yourself, you know what, with this trade, I'm willing to risk what? I don't know, £10 on this trade. I want to risk £10 on this trade. You're going to make pretty much £40, and you're going to lose £10. Okay? And that's what happens when you're really sure about something. Just decide how much you want to risk, and just divide it into the amount of pips that you're risking, and then go. Because it's hit the trend line, because it's on the resistance line, because it's on the moving average, because it's on the downtrend, a lot of confirmations there. So I'm like, quite like, you know what? I might even go with a bigger lot size here and risk a bit more. Just go for it. And the chances are it's not really going to go much above there. So you could even move your stop loss, because it's already gone up there, hasn't it? So you can move it to 30 pips if you want to. And say, you know what, if it goes that far up, it's broken the trend line. You know what? Let me get out of this. You know, so just say, look, it's I've got it wrong. You know, you can even move it lower and say, you know what, I'm willing to go above this the resistance level. If it goes above resistance, I've got it wrong. I didn't want to lose anymore. But you can put a bigger lot size. So you can risk your £10 within there. Your lot size is going to be much bigger. For example, let me just give you an example of this. So, and I've gone over my time, but look, let's say you said, you know what, if it goes above, if it goes here, I want to risk £10 into this 20 pips. Yeah, I'm risking £10. Look how much you're going to make. It shows you now how much you're going to make. You're risking £10 still, but because it's only 20 pips, look how much you're going to make if it goes down here. £79. Okay, but that means you just look, the chances of it hitting here are much higher. But if it look, it's already pushed down from here. So you could say, you know what, even let me go to 10 pips. No, you know what, let me go to 15 pips. I think that's the lowest you can do by being still pretty much safe. So you know what, I'll go 10 pips stop loss. That's now what, £1 a pip. You're going to make £160. Well, saying here £100, sorry, on that. With a £10 risk. So put your stop loss tighter, 15 pips if you want. That's 1.34 000. And then get, you know what? I'm actually willing to risk £10-20 on that 1.34 stop loss. So this is sometimes what I do. Sometimes I lose and I end up with a £10 less account. But you know what? I'm willing to do it. So let me go with that. I'm going to go with £2 a pip. I'm risking that. And I'll go 1.34 000 stop loss. Bang, throw it on. It works, it works. It doesn't, I'm down. So £100. I thought you didn't like this pair. I don't like the pair. I really don't like the pair. But you know what? It's actually forced me to check all these confirmations. And because there's so many confirmations that I believe are pretty good for this one, I don't see that really going up past the trend line and past here. It's already dropped down. It's engulfing the blue one. And then this second red is also, now that it's touched here, I think you possibly see a nice drop by tomorrow. There's not much going on. 9 o'clock, there's a what? Week start. See, so it's not even anything big, like medium risk, medium noise. So it might come up, come back and touch here, and then drop. I think that's gonna drop. So that's me, and that's about it for today, guys. £2 of pip, and that yeah, that's 0.20 lot size. Yep, yep. £2 of pip. I think I'm risking more than that actually. Let me see. What did I go on? What have I done? So right now at 80, so I'm risking £40. Okay, I'm risking £40 on this trade. I'm risking £40 on that trade on a £100 account. So let's just hope it moves the right way, at least 10 pips. Then I move my stop loss to break even or at least in profit, and then leave it. And if it goes back up and touches, I make nothing. Who cares? So that's the thing. When you got IC markets, with IC markets, your spread is so tight, you can set your stop loss even once you move like 1 pip up in profit. So that's how good it is. So if you get your cards right and it drops, you make a lot of money. So yeah, let's see what happens. Let's go, guys. Yep, said already €3 a pip. Oh, nice, nice, nice. So let's see what happens, guys. Let's post in the group as well. If we see the trades that we put on today, you know, and doing well, let's just post in the group and say, look, that trade that we did from the Zoom call, let's get everyone, our teams all jumping on, joining in, having their say, helping each other to trade, because this is what builds the team and this is what builds momentum, guys. Coming online on a weekly basis, just doing what we need to do, the meat of the whole business. Let's let people see what it's all about. Let's get a culture of people learning how to be able to put trades on. That's what I want. And that's what everyone needs to want, because that's how our teams are going to grow and do well. So with that being said, guys, have a nice evening, and I will see you next week. Probably Sunday for some markups. I might send out a post saying Sunday evening I'm going to mark up some charts, and that's me. So guys, happy trading, and let's get inviting for the next presentations that happen in your local area, and let's move this on, guys. So have a nice night, and good night. See ya.